Hello and welcome, I'm Liam, music reviewer, resident birthday boy here, and today we're going to be talking about the latest song by a 1975 TOOTIME, TOOTIME, TOOTIME. Is there another one there? I'm not sure. 1975, one of the most famous bands from the UK, at least contemporary wise, just largely successful since their debut album, very much an NME core kind of act. First album, don't care for. Second album is fine. Like, I reviewed it back in the day when it came out. Probably give it like a 6 out of 10 if that whole number rating is of any use to you guys. A few good songs, instrumentals, or the instrumental like solo tracks. Total void of any new purpose. Do not hold my interest at all. Really just very lacklustre. My views of 1975 in general, I do not like Matty Healy. Very pompous person. Not in the case of something like Far John Misty, where it's clearly a character, or even in the case of Far John Misty, where you could justify said pretentiousness or being up your own arse. Really, I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this. I know I have friends who like the 1975 a great deal, and I'm not going to slate them because I can definitely see where some appeal of it is coming from. But I find Matty Healy just kind of insufferable for the most part. And yeah, just never really been that in love with their music. I've had a few songs of theirs I would consider great. The Sound being like one, what other ones off the album? Oh, that's a good one. Somebody Else is a good one. But yeah, that's really it. So let's actually jump into the song itself. I'm going to be playing it from a laptop, which my phone is leaning on just now. So audio will be coming from that. Audio of me will be coming from this. I'm going to cut just kind of randomly throughout when I'm actually reacting, because I don't want you to kind of just see me going throughout. Also, if you want to know what opinions of the other two songs have been, not good, but I asked people online what they wanted me to react to, because I was in that kind of filming mood, and this was the winner by, from when I last looked at the poll, it was a majority. So I'd be letting you guys down just much you guys are letting me down for making me do this, or maybe I won't regret it. But yeah, let's get started. So 3, 2, 1. I mean, it's not as obnoxious as the Joy Division bit in the first song, was it? Yeah, not as insufferable as that. Right, I'm gonna have to pause just now because I feel like I can't really like talk while it's playing, because people will say, "Oh, you didn't give it a good enough chance. You were talking while it was playing," which is a fair point. But oh yeah, remember how I said I don't like Matty Healy? These lyrics. I mean, I guess somebody can say to me, "Oh, that's the whole point. He's meant to come off as being like a dick," and all that. It's not really helped by the fact that this sounds like a sort of B cut of like Purpose by Justin Bieber. An album that isn't horrible, but like, you know, that whole kind of like production that's kind of just, you got kind of like little kind of like the tinny drums, the vocals sort of, even on that album, like Justin Bieber's vocals weren't as overdone as Matt Healy's are just now. Just the vocoder or whatever they're putting over his voice just makes him, like, you can't even make the argument of like how, oh, this is his character that he's doing just now, because this just strips back any emotion away from it. It's not like 808s and Heartbreaks with Kanye, where like, even though his voice is kind of like almost beyond recognition, the words that he's saying still have an impact. Usually Matt Healy has some way of wording himself like fairly well. This isn't the case here, at least up until this chorus, which I find mind-numbing, if I'm being totally honest. Maybe it'll be kind of like it'll grab people's attention or something, but right now I don't even know how far we are into it, because my phone's sort of blocking the bit, but I don't even think we're a minute into it. So I'd love it if I made it to the end of this reaction. Let's continue. Right, okay, this song's kind of repeating itself, so I'm just going to kind of talk over it now because it's not seeming to win me over. But yeah, remember how I said that whole Justin Bieber thing? It's gonna click on to me that it's kind of trying to go for that whole dancehall reggae thing, which has been done to death. So this whole argument that 1975 are trying to do something different. I'm turning this down. I'm sorry. The whole argument that they're trying to do something different, just I find baffling because, like, yeah, they're not. Just as simple as that. They're not doing anything really all that different. Um, I can appreciate the fact that actually, yeah, I can't even appreciate that because the topic of infidelity, like, is obviously not an easy one to go about, but and apparently this isn't autobiographical. I was reading excerpts from the Annie Mac interview before even listening to this, so I've got a general gist of what the song is about prior to going into it. But like, even like off the top of my head, like songs about infidelity, like even Rihanna did this better and did it with a lot more emotion. And maybe that's, somebody's gonna probably comment just now saying that's the whole point. Like, you're not meant to. It's not meant to have emotion. It's meant to be portraying this guy who is totally lacking empathy, and therefore his vocals lack said sort of any sort of like human essence to it. At least that's what I think probably Matt Healy was probably saying to himself. But you can be smart with your lyrics and your, yeah, just you can make a smart song, but not make the production really sterile. Make your vocals just so lackluster. One artist that pops into my head right away is Frank Ocean. Especially on Blonde, where for like even just like the first song, just Nike's, like his voice is like chipmunk to fuck, but still manages to resonate with a lot of the stuff he's saying. The production's very just kind of like nice and simple. It definitely feels like it's doing its own thing. Not to say that that song itself was breaking boundaries, but it was definitely Frank Ocean finding his sound, wasn't just doing R&B shit all over again like on Channel Orange. A good album, but not as good as Blonde. But that's beside the facts. My opinion on this 1975 song. Try better, like, because it's not like I don't think 1975 are capable of making a good album, because on their last album they were fairly close to doing so. Like, just kind of cut the filler a little bit. Just yeah, it was mainly just a filler problem for me, and then it would have been a good album. But I feel like any sort of attempt of them, or in their head of them being experimental or pushing the genre's limits or their own limits, is just resulted in a lot of songs that just border or become the epitome of irritating. Sorry that I'm looking away from the camera just now. It looks like I'm pondering like a lot here, but it's really just because my first thoughts of this, and to be fair, it should be stressed that this is just my first thoughts of this. Maybe like by the time this album comes out, that it'll convince me I'll actually like this song. I can see it being like catchy. I can see this being like a club song sort of thing, like just kind of like, yeah, the whole dancehall thing, like clubs eat that shit up. But that's what I find kind of disappointing. It's just kind of like, it's 1975 tampering with that sound, but they're not actually adding anything to it. It's not like how you get some artists, maybe like when Kanye tampered with Pop Rap first time around on Graduation, even though that album hasn't aged all that well. Like, you can admit, well, you tampered with something, but you weren't just going for the mainstream appeal. You actually did something with it. Oh, guys, this is just I'm finding this pretty exhausting just talking about it just now, because I think they've kind of lost it here. For me anyway, like, they didn't have me at first. I actually hated them at first, in all honesty. So, and then second album, they kind of won me over a little bit. I saw them live at Transmit, thought to myself, oh, I'll keep them on my radar now because the album's actually solid. They're good live. But no, I really think this is going to be the album that, I can maybe see they're still having the pop appeal for a lot of people, but Give Yourself a Try was one that I just found excruciating. This song here just feels, if it weren't for Matt Healy's vocals, I don't think anyone would really be raving about this as much lyrically. It's maybe serviceable in the topic that it explores, but I really don't think it's adding anything other than being like, oh, relationships being unfaithful. It makes people sad. Like, it's not really like exploring it in a technology exclusive way. So I'm currently eating dinner just now, and I forgot to mention in this how there is some sort of lines to do with like Instagram and stuff, like about, oh, I should have liked it, and I think that's really it as far as I know. Am I missing anything? But there's things about texting and stuff, but really I don't think they work all that well, because it seems to try and it almost seems like in this thing Matt Healy's trying to like justify why his character that he's playing like did what he did. I just think that's really dumb. Like, I get that there's two sides to a story in that, but like you can't really justify it in that sense, and it's still really bare bones. Like, you're really not going into really going into all that much. Like, you could be going into it far more, and it just feels really basic. It just feels like a tweet that I'd see on Twitter, like a really basic like 500 sort of observation. That's all. Even fucking Facebook story on Blonde did this better, and that's kind of a joke of a song for a lot of people. Not for me, but like, you know, like, it's not even like a song. It's an interlude skit. But yeah, I've been talking about it for 12 minutes just now. Most people have jumped out when I started criticising it, because I'm not just sugarcoating what I'm saying here. It's a productive birthday here with another reaction. Thank you guys for watching this, because I know I've been rambling on. Also, yeah, I don't know what else to say. My brain's just melted. Thank you for 400 subscribers. Not really like that big a milestone, I think, for a lot of people, but especially in this community, I'm just happy that I'm keeping up with the big dogs, with the sound binges and the Rick the Lies and the not real musics. Like, it's good. It's good that people like this stuff. But yeah, I rambled on a little bit. Sign of a song, at least a song that evokes something. But yeah, I'm gonna head off now, eat some birthday cake, maybe get myself a vinyl. Who knows? Vinyl collection, vinyl and shit free coming soon, I guess. But yeah, guys, love you all. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe and stay hydrated.